Let us just start off with the initial question is, what is ACTA?
ACTA is an organization focused on academic freedom, academic excellence, and accountability. We were founded back in 1995 in a bipartisan way to focus on these issues and to empower alumni and trustees on behalf of academic excellence.
Now, one thing I noticed right off on the website, which is a great source of information, also says that how it distinguishes itself is the only national organization dedicated to working with alumni, donors, trustees, and education leaders across the country to support liberal arts education, uphold high academic standards, safeguard the free exchange of ideas on campus, and assure that the next generation receives a philosophically balanced, open-minded, high-quality education at affordable price. I'm reading that verbatim right from the site there too. What was the void that ACTA thought it could fill here? That with all these things being mentioned as the purpose it serves, what was the situation with the University of Colorado, I'm assuming still exists today, that ACTA was created out of?
Well, in 1995, there were a number of us who had been involved in higher education. We were working at the National Endowment for the Humanities at the time. And we were concerned that some of the greatest threats to academic freedom and academic quality were coming not from the outside, but from the inside. There was very much a growing concern that classrooms are being used to articulate what should be thought rather than providing the vast perspectives from which students could learn. There was a great deal of concern that curricula were being diluted in many ways so that distribution requirements replaced what used to be a coherent curriculum that would ensure students were exposed to general areas of knowledge such as math, science, foreign languages, American history, and civics. So it was our concern that various trends within the academy were actually diminishing the quality and stature of American higher education, and we wanted to bring to bear the informed input of alumni and trustees, taxpayers and parents to bring that to bear on the academy.
And of course, all of these groups you mentioned have a vested interest in post-secondary education. We'll call it the university.
Absolutely. They have a vested interest. They pay for it, they have received it, and in a unique way, alumni are actually trained to be able to evaluate their institutions intelligently. If in fact the institution has done its job, alums are part of the guild, and they can provide informed input from the broader perspective as to what that university is doing and how it can be doing things better. And so that's our goal, to mobilize the informed input of those who care deeply about colleges and universities, alumni and trustees, but who also feel that there are many places that colleges and universities could be doing a better job.
Now, how does ACTA go about expressing these concerns or getting these groups involved with universities that some tend to have departments that insist on a high degree of autonomy, especially individuals of a high degree of autonomy? That can come into conflict with, of course, the expectations of funding for these things, but sort of suspicious of outside scrutiny by these groups that they might consider to have a vested interest that certain individuals in academia or even certain departments will say that are not in line with the purposes of critical thinking. How do you respond to things like that?
Well, there often it seems to be a perception in the academy that academic freedom means freedom from accountability. And quite frankly, that's just wrong. That's why the American Council of Trustees and Alumni exists, because we believe those who are paying for colleges and universities, those who are studying in colleges and universities, can bring to bear informed input on what's happening. And that's why we prepare studies ranging from looking at the curriculum. Losing America's Memory, for instance, looked at the study of American history, or the lack thereof, in our colleges and universities. We did a report called The Hollow Core, again looking to see what is it our colleges require of our students, and what we found using public data was that they really required very little, that it was pick and choose, catch as catch can, anything goes in the college curriculum. So by doing these studies and bringing to light what is actually happening on campus, we are then able to inform trustees, inform parents, inform students, so that they then can bring their perspective to bear, ideally to bring reform to the universities to get back to their mission of teaching and scholarship.